Hey there, myself Krish Raidukar, very warm welcome to AI series. And in this day, we talk about like Newton method. This is optimization theory. Basically, optimization theory is very important in any algorithm, especially in during the training process. Basically, when you train your model, you need to just optimize the model in much better way. So choosing a right optimization method and cheapest optimization method is very essential. Because of that, this particular one really create an impact on your learning process and increase your how well your algorithm learn and how fast it actually adapt the learning, how fast it generalize the particular data. All the particular thing is important. So Newton method is like today, especially we focus on Newton method, which is very interesting part, and it is little bit costly to computationally heavy, but uh, it sound really it create a sense when discussing about optimization theory. So this is a part of optimization theory, and we need to discuss. So again, if I say the Newton method, so Newton method is something. It is a way to optimize the algorithm in the loops, iteration process. So initially, if I give a three word to define into Newton method, that I think like iterate, gas, and refinement. Iterate, gas, and refinement. So it's all about, let's suppose you have a some loss function like MSE and little bit cross entropy and any loss function. You choose that loss function and you find a derivative. First, you need to find out derivative of the loss function. The first computationally heavy, because of that derivative calculation is very costly. You okay, we are actually dealing with small kinds of the derivation, so it's lot more easier to do. But when we especially looking toward the high and such a high equational high dimensional equation derivation, it's very difficult and it's take more time as well as very expensive, computationally expensive. Okay, so you need to find a derivative. Second part is like initial guess. So in that part, like this is there is a the beginning of the Newton method start from here, like initial guess. They try to guess something by using local information. Let's suppose try to explain you. So what the goal, our ultimate goal is like we need to just try to move toward the optimal point where the function is maxima or minima. So this is the particular ultimate goal. So initially we start our guessing with their particular x1, which is our initial guess. Then after we refine the how actually we need to choose the decent guess. In that graph we actually visualize this particular thing and we know that yeah, this particular thing is important. So I think the decent guess look like is like, okay, so we take approx something, so this is nearby location. So we look in data in the we plot this particular data in graph. So this is like small data sets and we can do it easily, but in that computational term like computer use that basically you can say a little bit local information to guess the decent guess of like little bit you can say uh, x1. This is the state, the first optimal guess. Second guess they start by refinement. They come to the refinement, they analyze that, okay, this particular thing, so they recalculate the local information, they recalculate derivation also. This all the entire loop again run for x2. I think it's x1. Okay, this is x naught. Okay, x naught, x1, x1 again x1. We run entire loop. We again process local information and try to guess something and refine this particular thing. X2, x3. So x3 is like final destination. We achieve that milestone. So congratulations, you achieved that milestone. But important part is like x3 is like ultimate goal where the fx is equal to 0. So in that particular process, we actually say what actually I want to say Newton method is work. Newton method help us to optimize algorithm by using two specific cost effective terms. I can say one of the derivation and a little bit refinement, processing local information and from all the guesses. Let's suppose you process the local information again and again to make a decent guess. So you need a three gases iteration. Like here we need a three iteration process: x naught, x1, x2, x3. Because of the x3 is like final destination, so we need a three iteration process to complete to move in that particular part. So that's why I think computationally happy. And this is the mathematical formula if you're interested in, and I'm just not interested in about it. Because if I say about Newton method is not limited in only for optimization, it is all about something you can say uh, powerful technique for to find a root. So when you actually find out the root, when you still try to find out root of some any kinds of the equation, quadratic, biquadratic, polynomial, any kinds of polynomial you want to just find out root, Newton method help you to do. Because of that, it is manually difficult, but it is a lot more easier in that sense of the computer. So especially when we're talking about Newton method, is really create such an impactful role. And Newton method is just part one, and quasi Newton method is like next part of the Newton. We actually give that particular formula to which is decrease the this particular tough parts like derivative and refinement, again and again refinement, processing mutual information again and again to find that certain uh, particular thing. So that is the basic thing we can say Newton method is. And quasi Newton method is such as opposite, which is less expensive as compared from the Newton method. So lots of algorithms use Newton method, but quasi Newton method is greater sense as compared from Newton method. So I think like both are important. So we need to discuss Newton method because of that. Newton method is like help us to know more about that create a basics of the optimization. So I think like that basic thing. And Newton method is not alone as a like this is like one of the not alone one of optimization theory. We like couple months ago, right, we discussed about gradient descent, which is also a part of the optimization theory. Okay, uh, so that's all about you can say. And Newton method is just a little bit other one small pillar of the optimization step. When we just moving toward optimization, it's like it's a beginning steps. Optimization is like border field. If you want to discuss optimization, I think like year, 2 year, 5 year we spend on optimization. So I don't think so. But we what's my intuition right behind to explain that particular concept. I want to just provide you idea how actually Newton method work and how can we use this Newton method to train LLM models and all the particular model that you want to use. So this is necessary part to discuss. Because of that, uh, idea is important in nowadays. Because the vibe coding is anyone can do vibe coding, but idea discussion and understanding of the technology in such a depth, it's really matter because it's going to skyrocket it. Those who actually understand that particular thing, then I think like okay, this particular one create a domination over the entire future. I don't think so, but I think like understanding is important as compared from that solving a problem. So the initial step to solve problem, like you understand that particular problem, to understand the entire process of the artificial intelligence. So that's the basic thing you can say about the uh, Newton method that actually doing right now. Okay. Again, if this one going to productive for you, if you learn something from there, then it's my pleasure. See you soon.